Buongiorno, I'm Rick Steves. I'm in Rome, and we're at the Baths of Caracalla, and I'm with my friend Francesca Caruso.
Buongiorno.
Ciao, Francesca. And, Francesca and I were marveling at how crowded the Colosseum is, just a 10-minute walk away. Everybody's just, it's chaos over there. And there's this incredible Baths of Caracalla. And here's a place, we've been to the museums, we've seen all the statues, but Francesca, as a good guide, can just bring it to life. Francesca, what is the bath, first of all?
Well, a bath complex in Rome is a place where you go, obviously, to wash through a series of rooms that have water at various temperatures and then a big swimming pool. But it becomes a place where the Romans spend the day, so like a social center where they can meet their friends, eat, look at art, go to the library, listen to lectures. So, yes, like a social club. So,
And so there was, how many people could come to this place?
Well, 1,600 at once. Can you imagine? So thousands and thousands every day. So we have to put them here. We have to imagine them walking next to us in their togas. And actually, this is where they left their togas, because this is where they would leave their clothing before they went to use the baths.
Now, this just looks like a pile of bricks to me, but how can we understand the grandeur that used to be here?
Well, if we could look at this with ancient Roman eyes, the first thing we would have to do is put a ceiling, a vaulted ceiling over our heads. So this was not open to the sky. We would have to cover every inch of the walls with colored marble. Then, of course, thankfully, we have this black and white mosaic on the floor, so we can use that. And then we have to fill it with statues. Those, as you rightly said.
All the niches would have had the statues we see in the museums, these life-size statues filling every niche.
Yes, we have to set them free from the museums. Those statues in museums are not, as we were saying, these empty-eyed white ghosts staring into nothing. They were painted and they were here. They live with the Romans. They weren't made to be locked up in a museum. So we bring them all back here.
This is the Baths of Caracalla, 1,600 elegant people lounging around, socializing, exercising, soaking.
But maybe not all of them elegant.
What was under us? What powered it?
Well, to make this possible, under our feet, we have to imagine a parallel world, which must have been absolutely hellish. 2 underground levels in which the slaves would feed the wood into the furnaces, 10 tons of wood a day. And it must have been dark, smoky, really, really hot. And this hell underneath our feet for the splendor up here.
So 2 worlds, really.
2 worlds, 2 parallels worlds, one
dark,
above the other.
smoky, suffering world below with all the slaves.
Yes, for the servants.
And all the citizens here. And this looks like it was a big, shallow pool.
Yes, this was a gigantic swimming pool. This is the only part of the baths that didn't have the ceiling. So if we can cover this incredible wall, again with marble, again fill it with statues, and imagine the Romans, who were not big swimmers, just sitting here and splashing around and chatting with their friends and laughing and playing ball, which we know they did.
The Baths of